lines. Jason McAteer is with us as well. Jason, good morning to you.
Good morning, boys. How are we?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you?
A little bit worse for wear, mate. Cracked open nice bottle of Barolo to celebrate last night, and I went to bed about 1:45, and then the kids were up really early this morning, jumping on my head. But I did have a big smile on my face. I let them off today. Seems it's a special day.
Yeah, I mean, look, for somebody who is a Liverpool fan and an ex-Liverpool player, it is a special day, isn't it? And I know there must be a kind of a little bit of, it's a little bit bittersweet that it wasn't your group of players who managed to get over the line, but at the same time you could see the joy last night from Carragher, and I suspect you have exactly the same kind of sense of like, this is finally over.
Absolutely, mate. I mean, you live with that forever. We were a very, very good team, the one I played in, and we were favourites. Should have won the league 95, 96. We strengthened when again 96, 97, 97, 98, and we were always there or thereabouts, pushing it, and we just couldn't get over the line. But when you finish your career and you look back and you come so close, you do live with that regret, and you know that you've let people down. And for our players as well, we got the Spice Boys tag, and which was a detrimental term, and it hurt us. We desperately wanted to win it. There was no doubt about that. We trained hard. We were equipped personnel-wise. Mentally, we just fell a little bit short, I thought. And, when you finish your career, like I said, and you live with that. So then all of a sudden you come out of it, and, I've been very lucky and honoured to sort of work behind the ropes with Liverpool and TV channel for the last 10, 12 years. But as an ambassador, like maybe, that's 6 years. So, I've seen the club where they were at with the last owners and the change of managers. And yeah, we come close with Brendan and Rafa. But, it just, since Jurgen walked through, through the doors, the club has just, it's just turned on its head. And the team behind the team, in respect of, Peter Moore, what he does, Billy Hogan commercially, the owners, how they back the manager, and then it just filters down into everyone else. They've all played their part and built this club and give them the opportunity to move forward in an age where, the finances, they've had to compete with the cities and the Abramoviches of Chelsea's, and, they've done that. They've done it their own unique way. Recruitment has been phenomenal, and, it's just been an emotional roller coaster over the last 4 years since Jurgen's been there.
And over the last couple of months as well, in a weird way, obviously, look, Klopp made the point about football not being important in a time of pandemic, but at the same time, you see what this means to the city of Liverpool and to the Liverpool fans, certainly to the Liverpool supporting side of the people of Liverpool. So football, we shouldn't underestimate the importance of people gathering and spending time together, watching something that they really love. So I think it's okay to talk about football in the post-pandemic world, but there was a couple of weeks there at the start of this where people were wondering, well, what are they going to do about this season? And maybe the season's going to be null and void, and maybe it's going to just be held in ether forever, and we kickstart next season. So justice was done, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not run its course as usual, and it's been slightly different. And we felt, at one point, like you said, it was never going to start again, and we were worried what was going to happen. And we got so close, and we're not going to do it, and we've got to go again next season. What's that going to be like? And so many questions, unanswered questions, and then they've obviously managed to get it back on, and in some way they've done a decent job. But football is a way of life, and on Merseyside, I mean, the closest thing I've seen is up north, the northeast with Newcastle and Sunderland. It is a way of life for a lot of people. They spend their money, they follow the team. It's very tribal. They talk about it. Monday to Friday, they go to games. Saturday, they talk about it and have a debrief Sunday when they go out and watch the foot. It's just the way it is. You follow your team, you have your players, you discuss it, and that's it. And Liverpool and Everton, they're exactly the same. Liverpool fans have waited a long, long time for this. It's been 30 years. Like I said, we've hit the bar in the post a couple of times, but to finally get over the line and like you said, to get it running again, we felt it was going to be an anticlimax. In some ways, I was on the phone to Peter McAteer, who worked closely with Liverpool TV, and I was saying to him, it's such a shame that we cannot get together and celebrate, what has happened, because it's phenomenal. The Champions League last season, what a party that was for 3 or 4 days. The tour around the city, 1 million people turned up. The playing, it was just phenomenal. unfortunately, we can't do that. We're going to have to wait our time, but it'll come round, and I'm sure we'll celebrate then.
We knew they were a great team last year with the points total that they had, and running Man City the whole way close. But equally, we know they're human beings, and it's unbelievably difficult to get yourself back up if you've lost a league title when you've given it your all and you've set records. In that context, maybe the Champions League is the thing that actually made this season happen and this season possible, because it was a bit of a release from, actually, it's okay, Man City are a historically great team, we're also historically great, but we can win stuff.
Yeah, I think if you're chasing somebody and you finish second, and it's kind of a good effort, and you'd always wonder whether you could go again and compete with them, it's one thing. But if you honestly believe, and we were gutted that we never won the league last season, we come so close, it was a phenomenal effort, but we felt we were as good as them. I got that sense around the players. It wasn't just a token effort, we almost did it. It was kind of, we were devastated that we never won it, and the players, they were devastated. But what softened the blow was the Champions League. And, the confidence and the psychology of sport, as you know better than anyone else, when you win something, it just puts you... If someone mentioned about dining at the top table, and it was a good analogy, to be honest, because that's how the players felt. They honestly believed that they were the champions of Europe. They were the best team in Europe. Devastated they never won the title. And like you said, they start the new season on that high with that confidence. And I've got to admit, I went on tour with them, and it was a bit of a disaster pre-season. It didn't go to plan. The games weren't great yet. There was players missing, obviously, because of country commitments and stuff. But pre-season didn't really go as smooth as they wanted to. They got really turned over at Napoli up in Scotland, and that was pretty close to the beginning of the season. We all wondered, are we going to pick up where we left off last season? Are we this team? There was a few question marks over it. But then when they got in the stride, and then Klopp had found his 11, and he tinkered every now and again, but consistently picked this strong 11, which we seen against Palace the other day. It really got in its groove, but there was a real resilience about them. I think I was looking last night, it was 15 games, I think they've won by only one goal, if not 1-0, 2-1, or 3-2. So they've found a real resilience and a belief, and they've just gone from strength to strength. And unfortunately, City couldn't deal with that. They just fell away because Liverpool just kept chomping at them, kept biting at them. And in the end, City, I think, have psychologically just give up. I think they just got tired of Liverpool, and Liverpool just took strides above them. And we are where we are. Yeah,
that's an incredible thing to do, to kill that City team the way they've done. Last question for you, Jason. Obviously, the last time that we saw a famine this long end in English football, it was Manchester United, and that unleashed an unprecedented period of success. I'm not saying it's going to be exactly the same, but the conditions for Liverpool are pretty good. They've got an unbelievable manager. They've got an alignment between the ownership, the management, and the recruitment side of it, and the playing staff is pretty young. So it's all set up for a period of Liverpool greatness.
It is, mate, and I mentioned the team behind the team. From a commercial aspect, they've got some great partners who put a lot of money into the football club. The ground's expanding, all the time. We're waiting for I think the Anfield Road is going to be next, which is going to be more bums on seats, create more revenue. Like you said, we've got owners that believe in the manager and give him what he wants, to be honest. Alex Inglethorpe is doing phenomenal with the academy, and these young players are coming through. The future looks very bright, and as you said, set up. But dominating, British football is not what it was in the 90s. It's very competitive. The players are coming in from all over the world. The scout systems are phenomenal. There's a lot of money to entice players to come to the Premier League. It's the strongest league in the world, so all the big players want to be here. And they do want to play for the best. I think Chelsea, Frank's done a remarkable job there, and you can see the way he's going with the young players that are coming in. And I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in 18 months. City will go again, I'm sure. We'll have to see what the band turns out to be, and whether Pep wants to stay and strengthen. We'll have to see what happens there. United look like they're moving in the right direction. So it's just always competitive. You're always trying to stay ahead and evolve. And I always think there's an element of luck when you're recruiting. With Liverpool have had some fantastic players been brought into the team, and nearly enough every one of them has worked. It's probably only Karius that you could probably point a finger at as being a failure for Klopp, but everyone else has been phenomenal. But you do need that little bit of luck, players settling. If you don't settle, you need to carry it on. And I think that the toughest job is to keep the hunger, and he's got a great dressing room at the minute, and I'm sure stay hungry, and I'm sure there's more to come.
Jason, congratulations, and thanks very much for joining us. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, lads.
Cheers, take care.